Governor, looking to the next 23 days, and to your tax proposal, you know you have a lot of problems with the Democrats. Your Attorney General, your possible opponent, Lisa Madigan, says she can't support that tax increase now. She doesn't think you've made the case that the cuts that need to be made have been made. There are many Democrat senators and representatives aren't coming out for that tax increase. On the Republican side, you got Murphy, you got Radonio, you got Dillard saying you could do this without a tax increase. Medicaid, managed care efficiencies can give you the $2 to $3 billion your tax increase is supposed to give you. So tell me, in the next 23 days, how does it work out? Do you just get it through the Democrats, or do you pick off Republicans? Because most people don't see how your tax increase gets approved by the Democratic-controlled legislature.
People in Illinois, I think, have good common sense. They don't want an unbalanced budget. They don't want the land of Lincoln to be called a deadbeat state that doesn't pay its bills year after year. I think it's time for reform. And I think all of those who have a different plan need to come forward with the plan, because I have a plan, and it will be a balanced budget, and we will pay our bills, and we will reform the tax system. And we're going to cut taxes on 5 million people if we can. And so I think these are things that are worth fighting for. That's what you need as a governor. You can't have a shrinking violet who's afraid to take on the tough challenges. There are those in politics who just want to tell the voters what they think the voters want to hear. But sometimes the voters, I think, want elected officials to tell them absolutely what they need to know, people need to know. And that's my policy. That's the way I operate. And I think as the people of Illinois understand, we're at a terrible juncture in our state finance with a $11–12 billion deficit. You want a governor to just pretend it doesn't exist and say cut $20 million and then it'll be enough? It isn't. You have to deal with reality, and I'm doing that. I'm well versed in economics. Went to a good school. I have an economics degree. Served as state treasurer. Now before that I was lieutenant governor. Now I'm governor. And I think the people of Illinois want a governor who's going to steer our ship through these icebergs and get to a place where we're safe and sound. And that's what I'm doing. I think people have the confidence that I can do it.
Can you name any Republicans who will support you?
I hope we get them all. We got unanimous support from the Republicans when we put our capital bill forward last April.
But on the tax increase, can you name any Republicans?
That was an important step that I was told couldn't be done, and we'll keep going. We want to do that on ethics. We want to do that on our capital, next installment on our capital bill.
What about the teachers union? Are they going to help us out here and do their part just like everybody else is doing their part and seeing pay cuts and all that?
Well, they're not going to have pay cuts. We're not going to require that they pay any more into their pension, the current employees, current teachers. Having said that, we are going to have a two-tier pension system for the new teachers, the new public employees that come in. We need to pass a law. We'll set up a new pension system that still has very generous benefits for its beneficiaries, but not as lavish benefits as we have today. And we have to do that for the benefit of the whole system, otherwise it will become insolvent. So this is not exactly easy news to deliver, the 3,000 teachers assembled in the shadow of the state capitol. But I was there the other day and I told the truth. And I told exactly what has to happen. My mom, for 33 years, worked at a junior high school. My youngest brother's a teacher. He's a teacher at Catholic school and has been for 28 years. So we believe in teaching, education, and I think part of education is telling the truth. So I tried to do it the best I could.
Didn't you back off from your 2% increase in pension payments from the teachers?
The votes aren't there for what we proposed. In a democracy, you have to accept that verdict. So we're not asking current teachers to put any more of their salary into their pension. I think they were happy about that. At the same time, they're not happy about hearing that new teachers coming out of college are going to have a different pension system with still very generous benefits and a health plan and a good salary. To me, that's pretty good. And we have to do things for the taxpayers of Illinois and also the beneficiaries to have a stable system. So the governor has to deliver a lot of times news that isn't always welcome, but has to be understood if we're going to have a safe and sound system.